I won't say it's a train wreck. Other than the James Trafford pass to that led to the goal, right, bro? That was horrible.
They say, bro, there's a very common thing between the two Old Trafford and James Trafford lah. Both league, bro.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. I am your host, Alden, and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro and Man United fan, Paul. Paul, how you doing, bro?
Personally, I'm not doing too bad. As a United fan, I think let's not talk about it lah, until we get into it later.
Yeah, you weren't on the episode last week, but Ned was around, right? But I gotta say, right, last week, his Burnley rant was probably one of the best moments on this podcast ever, right? I wish you were here to see it live. It was one of the funniest
I saw clips of it lah, for sure. Yeah, it was funny lah.
It's super funny, bro.
Because
it makes
never
sense.
Could have been more wrong.
Huh?
Burnley just won.
No, that's what I'm saying. So the thing is, Burnley just won, right? And Burnley beat Sunderland.
Yeah,
which was my prediction. So I will rebuttal Ned when he comes back next week. So Ned, we'll talk about this quickly, right? But maybe it's just a bit of luck on Sunderland side, right? On Burnley side, right? But I don't know, bro. How have you been? Why weren't you on the episode last week? For everybody that wants to know,
I crossed the border, bro. I went to JB for a short getaway. I'm not sure a getaway, just a day trip, lah.
One day.
One day, yeah. Just go in the morning, come out at night. Sometimes you need to take a step back and enjoy the cheap stuff. Right, in a country that we are living in, right? Everything is so fast paced and expensive, right?
Yes.
So sometimes it's really good to just take a step back.
That is true.
How often can you say, right? I take Grab 7 times a day, and it's still cheaper than one Grab trip in Singapore.
That is quite mad. I mean, it's not true. It's true, lah. Honestly, in Singapore, right, Grab trips are really expensive. Sometimes, right, a 30-minute trip can become $31. It's like paying $1 per minute.
If you are the driver, it's actually quite a good deal.
No, for the driver is a good deal, right? But for the passenger, right, it's not the most ideal, right? Like to me, right, I can tell you my most absurd one, right? Then I just ask you what's your most absurd one, right? My most absurd one was I was from Ang Mo Kio to my house. So I'm traveling from Central to East, and it was not peak hour. It was maybe 5:30, 5:45. Haven't go peak hour on relatively, I think. You know how much was the fee, bro?
$40.
No, 75.
Is it a glitch in the system?
I don't know. It was 75 and it was pick up. But I was wondering, why is it 75 when there was literally no traffic? It was not crowded.
Your option was the Grab Premium.
No, it was 75, right? And then if you go Grab Premium, the lower part was about $65, right? I went to Gojek. It was 35.
Yeah, maybe the Grab, honestly, the app, right, glitches sometimes. It just had a glitch, maybe last week. So I think it was one of the days, right? Maybe Friday morning or something. The Grab bar was $700.
Huh?
It was in the news, bro. Later you go and take a look. For a few hours, right, the Grab fees was $1,000, $700, $500. It's a very clear glitch in the app.
No, those are you can tell it's a glitch, but $75 on
$700, bro.
I know. But that one is clear. Nobody know. If you pay $700 for Grab in Singapore, you must be insane.
Bro, $700, we can go Japan, yeah.
Yeah. I rather just take a plane ticket. But if let's say you pay even so, right, $65 to $75 for a Grab fare in Singapore is mad. And you're talking about maybe
honestly, if I'm seeing that kind of price, I'd rather just go home late or go to work late.
Yeah, I agree. Or you just go to an alternative like Gojek and then maybe you find a cheaper price. Bro, it was half the price difference.
Yeah. Or just best, right? Honestly, sometimes you just flag the taxi down. It's still cheaper.
Correct. You know what I did in the end? That solution, right? I took a Gojek. Then I told the Gojek driver about what happened. He was like, bro, sometimes it's just like that. Then you, what was the highest price?
Okay, we don't count from the airport, 2 a.m. that kind, right?
No. You're talking about normal, maybe slightly going to peak hour, that type of thing.
The short distance, right?
Yeah, or short.
Okay, so there was one time,
maybe half an hour.
No, I will give you even a shorter one. Maybe a 2-minute drive. Yeah. From Westmore to my house. Okay, because I bought a box, a Toyota box. I was lazy to walk back home. So I just went to search the Grab. You guess bro, from Westmore to my house. It's basically 1 kilometer away.
$30?
Yeah. It was 31. Then I'm like, I offed it, right? And then I just walked home. Honestly, because it was raining also. But come on, it was like a 2-minute ride.
No, that's right. So, like, how does this time? Because if let's say you flag a taxi, right, in Singapore, a 2-minute ride is probably going to be maybe at most $6, $7, $8.
Yes. $6, $7 for that 2-minute drive is considered a win for a driver already. It's like
correct.
Free money, Yeah.
Free money is easy, it's quick. But then like $31 is absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody
I don't know how
mind,
they come up with all this.
Nobody in the right mind will do it because let's be honest, sometimes bus fare also like a 15-20 minute ride, maybe sometimes one something, do something one. But like,
crazy.
Who in the right mind will going to pay $31 for a 2-minute drive?
Exactly. Okay.
Like my one was 75 for half an hour. $31 for 2 minutes.
Yeah, bro. Save your money.
Yeah, I think
$75 we go eat ice sticks, bro.
Yeah, $75 go eat ice sticks. Don't eat $75 go eat ice sticks. $75 you can go and eat like Swenson's buffet or something like that.
Yeah, man.
I'm being simple. Like have a good.
Really gotta pick your poison sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to the football, we are a football podcast here on the Chit Podcast Network. There's a lot of things this week. Manchester has fallen. North London is on top. And honestly, right, it's a bit of a shock to me as to what exactly happened, right? Because I did not expect Spurs to be close to the top of the table right now. And based on Arsenal's performance last week, beating Leeds 5-0, right, was a bit more like, okay, this is kind of the Arsenal that we know. And this is what I think is expected of us. Liverpool haven't played yet. They're going to play Newcastle in Singapore time tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, 3 a.m., right? But I think what we're going to do today, we're just going to run through what's going on. Manchester has fallen. North London on top. And then match predictions, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal. So we are talking about Liverpool and Arsenal, right, in a situation, right, before their performance against Newcastle. So we don't know what's going to happen with Newcastle. But considering the fact that Newcastle does not have Alexander Isak, is going to say something that a lot of you need to know. But they have Joelinton and Bruno Guimaraes. There's a chance somebody might get injured from Liverpool. So we shall see. Before we get into all that, Paul, what's going on for this week?
All right, come. I think to start off, what's going on? Let's just talk about the newly promoted clubs. Okay, just as a comparison to last season, would you like to make a guess how many games last season it took for all 3 promoted sides to win their first game?
I remember it was like close to 20.
It's not that bad. Okay, it's like each team had to play 11 games before they won their first game.
I remember was it Southampton? Like they lost almost everything until a certain point.
Yeah, they said we call him the perfect O-level score, right?
Yeah.
The L1R5.
L1R5, 6 point.
Yeah. Okay, but this season 2526, right? It is so different where it's only the game week 2, right? And all the newly promoted teams have already won their games. So Leeds won the first game.
Yeah.
Sunderland won the first game.
Yep.
Burnley won their second game. Only game week 2, not even the end of game week 2, and they have already won their first game. So
yes.
Promising signs for these newly promoted teams to maybe stand a better chance to survive in this league.
Yep.
Get your wins early. Maybe come December, who knows? Maybe you will be mid-table. And quite if you look at the table, quite a big of a shocker clubs that are down there. Okay, I wouldn't say it will be permanent, but there are some teams that are a call for concern at the moment. Don't you think? I think at the top of our head, we can say like maybe West Ham. But they look quite bad.
They look quite bad. They really They look horrible. Like seven goals conceded 8 goals conceded, 1 goal scored. Right, they have a -7 goal difference.
Yeah. So a bit shambolic, but maybe who knows, bro? Our promotion, our league table for relegation may be all wrong.
Yeah, it is a possibility. It's a possibility. To be really frank, I didn't expect Sunderland to win, Burnley to win, and Leeds to already win. But I mean, Leeds struggled over the weekend. They lost 5-0 to Arsenal, but I think that's kind of expected. I'm a bit shocked that Burnley beat Sunderland. But I heard you have one more what's going on. So what's the other what's going on?
Oh, yes. Okay, come. This what's going on, right? It was basically me throughout the whole Manchester United game. Like, what is going on with this team?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, we all know that Bruno Fernandes missed the penalty, right? So basically, after the game, he basically said the referee put him off when he was preparing the run-up for his penalty. What shocked me was that the fact that he couldn't let it go. And he self-proclaimed said that the referee did not apologize to me for impeding me.
What kind of captain is that?
If you look at the clip, right, the referee did not even see where Bruno was.
Bruno walked into him.
Yeah, so Bruno walked into him. And it's like, if you're a professional player, right, even if you bump the referee, you just shake it off. Like, shake it off 2 seconds and then recompose yourself and do it again. Why are you making a big fuss from like this? It's like you're basically a kid in the park, you know? Like, you throw your toys out of the pram, right? And then you're blaming the kid for like picking the toy up. You know, that kind of thing. I don't understand. And then he seemed so agitated, and then he was so put off by the fact that the referee bumped into him like on purpose, so much so that he missed the penalty.
Yeah. We'll talk about United's performance in a bit, right? But to me, it's like, let's say for example, even, I don't like upset, but even if you put Ronaldo there, right? Ronaldo will just say, the referee will bumped into him, Ronaldo will just say.
It's okay. Honestly, it's not like the keeper kick the penalty spot or like throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Where he's like on purpose that he'll try to like antagonize you, you know. This is the referee, yeah.
Correct.
The referee that was just trying to organize the rest of the team and the keeper to start the penalty, right?
Correct.
So he was walking around you to get to his position, and then you like sort of like accuse him for like, oh, you disrupt my preparations for my penalty. This is not the United way lah. I feel this is not a United captain. No,
no, he's not. And I think, right, like, to be frank, he's never been a good captain. Like, I feel, right, like, in instances, right, where maybe before we move on to this main thing, because I would say that his captain behavior, right, basically encapsulated the entire performance as a whole. But like, let's draw comparison to like Harry Maguire, right? I think with Harry Maguire, right, was he wanted to try to be a good captain. It's just that maybe the pressure was too heavy for him. Yeah,
and that in a way he himself was not performing. So like, and then in a way, like, you know how the social media treated him like a joke, right?
Correct.
Then the players will be like, wow, if this joke is my captain, right, how can I listen to him? You know, that kind of thing.
And the thing is that like the media gives Bruno a pass because Bruno does all these magic things. Magic is not enough.
Yeah, if you see your captain whining, whinging, rolling on the floor, bro, I will be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I will not like say that, okay, I'm going to fight for you. You know, you get what I mean, right? And then there was one point where he was trying to give a command, right? And then he got dispossessed, remember?
Yeah, I remember. I was so angry, bro.
And then he like didn't bother to chase back.
Why didn't you give like Cunha or the rest of them take the penalty?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, highest conversion rate is him. But still, if you're going to let your emotions get the better of you, right, then I don't think you should be taking it.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, like, it's basically summed up. So I think let's just move on to the beginning of the main portion, right? So it's basically, our first segment is Manchester has fallen. Why we're doing this, right, is because both Manchester clubs had a very poor performance. City lost to Spurs, United drew 1-1 to Fulham, right? But I think in all Man United fans, right, this felt like a defeat. Let's be really
you know why not? Because we all United fans, right, we got scammed by the
Arsenal performance.
Yeah. Once again, they find a way to prove us right.
Yes.
Not prove us wrong. Prove us right. Prove us right that they are a bunch of players that play to the vibe only.
Correct.
Yep.
So like, let's just talk about this, right? Outside of the 10 minutes, right? Fulham dominated this entire team. Fulham pressed harder. They wanted it more. They were a threat almost every single time. And I don't know what happened, right? Like, when Fulham are moving forward, right? Like, it should have been like United performing like Fulham rather than Fulham performing like United. Like how the Man United expected to be. And like Fulham were pressing. Iwobi was a threat most of this game. Who's the number 8? Holland, right? Matt Holland. Yeah, Matt Holland, right?
What's his name? The Sanderberg,
right? They were causing so many problems for the Man United attack. Right? And initially, the first 10 minutes, right? Okay, you got hope because Cunha missed a 1-on-1. He hit the post.
Yep.
But after that, right, it was like nothing.
Yeah, the Calvin Bessie destroyed Mbeumo and Ahmad. Right?
Yeah, bro. And like
completely destroyed them. Yeah.
Ahmad was horrible, right? Like if you were to really look at both, you would think, to any ordinary fan, right, that doesn't know the history of football, right, you would think that Man United is probably a horrible team and Fulham's a much better team than Man United.
Yeah, I agree, man. We can talk about like their problems all day long, but why? I don't understand why. It's like we're in the 1.5 years in already.
Yeah.
So I sort of like read yeah, it's correct. So I sort of read a post, right, that is like this bunch of players they love to be the underdogs.
Yeah.
It's like they like to play against a Man City, Arsenal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, okay, let's play a Fulham, right? Their what you call that? Their complacency, their arrogance is there, you know. It's like I can take my time, no problem. This match is not going to be as intense as the Arsenal game. They become more sloppy. They become more big-headed. That they can do whatever they want. Like how we started the game against Arsenal, and this is like, bro, it's like heaven and...
It's two different clubs.
It's like heaven and earth. It's like, it's two different teams, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the mindset lah. I really have to just boil it down. It's the mindset. It's like, okay, if we play Arsenal, right, if the pressure is on them to win, so we can play however we want, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But the thing is that when you play against like Fulham, right, is the expectation is that you are supposed to win because
the pressure is on you. Yeah.
Because honestly, right, like if you to look at both lineups, it's night and day, bro. Like really night and day.
I think like Fulham didn't even start like Smith Rowe,
He didn't. And Smith Rowe scored like okay. Let's talk
on the bench. Yeah.
Let's talk about the goal, right? That goal basically showed you the difference between both clubs in one shot. The Fulham goal.
Correct.
It's the same thing. Like okay, Fulham exploited United's weaknesses. Every time there was a corner kick, they whacked by India, and it was going to be a problem sooner or later. We got lucky with the Kelvin Bessie penalty, and we got lucky with the goal. Let's just be frank. But the thing is that Fulham wanted it more, and every single time, right, you could see the moment that penalty was missed, right, Fulham just turned it up a notch and they just pressed like mad. Like
I agree, bro. All this bro, even a 10-year-old boy or 10-year-old fan will know. We can see these problems, bro.
Correct. Like Dogu kena press by Tessenyong that side. He kena press like mad, yeah. Then he kept losing the ball. Then Dalot, right, also kena press on the other side.
Bro, don't even get me started. This Diego Dalot, right, he think he's the 1998 Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
The ball is coming to him, right? He want to do some drag back fake to the right.
Then
completely get this possession, bro. He really think he's some Zinedine Zidane.
Bro, the stupid part. I think you sent me this video. That video, right, was basically like Bruno was in front.
Bro, it was like a combination of like 5 players. Mistakes exploited in one play. Okay, firstly is Dalot. He lost the ball. And Mbeumo didn't track back fast enough. Bruno did not track Smith Rowe's run. Luke Shaw was too far away from Delete. And Delete let the cross go. He was the first man to attack the ball, remember?
Correct.
He let the cross go. So I think in a way he sort of like trusted that Bayinda will come and collect. All 5 of these combined end up
not only that. Not only that, right? I saw this video, right? Like there was one outlet, like before Dalot lost the ball. He was facing Bruno. Bruno had
just
so much,
laid it off to roll it to him, right?
Right, bro. Bruno can charge down that field like easily already. And I was like, oh my goodness. So to me, it's right, like everybody just played bad lah.
Except Cunha, maybe.
Except Cunha, right? And like I feel bad for Sesko, right? Because I said this yesterday. 200 million upfront, right? But they cannot do much, right? Because the 8 people behind them is all useless.
Yeah, and it's like you being like chasing a game when you are so unstable. Yeah, it's not a right environment to throw on Sesko.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Like maybe last week's game against Arsenal, okay, they could have thrown him on and then maybe try to change the game. But this is like your team is really so unstable. You're not even stringing like 5 passes together and you throw him on, and what do you expect him to do? Okay, like maybe the introduction of Harry Maguire could have
been better, right?
Yeah, no, he did hit the ball, but it's just a little bit wide lah. If could have easily been a goal lah.
No, I think right, like Luke Shaw shouldn't be a centre back lah. Like just move like.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you one more question. Do you think we should get rid of this back three? Like, should we get rid of the formation?
No. Honestly, right? Honestly,
it's the midfield, right?
It's the midfield. It's really the midfield. It's because right, like even no matter how disciplined Casemiro is, right, Bruno is so ill-disciplined to a point where there will always be a hole. I can guarantee you, right, like if Mainu was in Bruno's role, right, it's fine. 100% guarantee if Mainu is in Bruno's role or Cunha is in Bruno's role, right, it's fine. But I would say that Mainu is a better fit. That's why they need Baleba. They need
legs. They need someone to run.
Correct. Yeah. Which is why I was so upset when they let go Collie.
Yeah, no, honestly, they did try because Casemiro was on yellow, right? Yeah. So I think they played Mount and Bruno for like 5 minutes.
Bro, cannot.
Bro, it was a shambles.
Why
you see the moment the moment Mount and what's his name? Ahmad lost the ball, right?
Yeah.
He straight away, the next consecutive play he sub ball them out.
Yeah, cannot already. Cannot.
It's like no, yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't want to talk about United too much already, right? But I'm also not going to take away credit from Fulham because Fulham was good yesterday.
Oh yeah, bro.
Fulham was really good. Like, they put United on the defensive pressure so much to a point where, like, even though they lined up in the 4-2-3-1, they were playing a back three. Yeah. So they basically countered United's formation with the thing, and it will be said that they're going to exploit the space between the midfielders, and they know that the centre back is going to press. So basically, right, Fulham executed the game plan perfectly, and I don't understand why United cannot do it. So it's
Bro,
just
honestly, right, just weak mentality. Miss the penalty already, then you suddenly forget how to play football. We got scammed lah, bro.
yeah.
We got scammed from last week.
It's frustrating because like your captain is the player that is the most ill disciplined on the entire field. Like we were saying, like, come on, Bruno, calm everybody down. But you're the one that is not calm.
Yeah, you are the one like is whinging, complaining, rolling on the floor.
Correct. Like if like I don't mean to be bad, right? But like honestly, if you give Harry Maguire or Delete the captaincy, I think they'll do better than Bruno.
Everyone knows Bruno shouldn't be the captain.
Yeah, he's not. But it's just that he's your best player, and there's a thing that best player should be a captain. But moving on, I think right, like we talked about United and Arsenal, but Fulham did wonderful. I've got no complaints about what happened. Right, Smith Rowe just exploited a United defense.
Like 5 players' mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean 5 players' mistake in a space of 5 seconds is too much. But Smith Rowe did his job and he got the goal, and Fulham deserved to win, honestly, yesterday. But moving on to the city of Manchester Stadium, or that used to be what it's called. It's called the Etihad Stadium. Spurs beat City 2-0.
Yeah, horrible. What a terrible piece of performance from Man City.
Bro, oh my goodness. I won't say it's a train wreck. Other than the James Trafford like pass that led to the goal, right, bro? That was horrible.
They say, bro, there's a very common thing between the two Old Trafford and James Trafford lah. Both league, bro. Both are league, So the Old Trafford and New Trafford, right?
Bro, that goal I cannot lah. Like,
bro, honestly, this mistake was like, you know, the De Gea's mistake under Ten Hag.
Yeah,
the Brentford one.
Yeah, bro.
It was that bad, bro. Yeah.
This is bad lah. I mean, like, I can't complain that much about City's goalkeeper because honestly, Onana's made more mistakes. Right? There's a top 5 mistakes of the year, and then all 5 was Onana. So I mean, like, if you to really look at it, City should have won this game rather easily. They have a better team overall. Everything should have been fine. But my goodness, they just don't look like City yesterday. Like, of the high of last week, and then suddenly you come to here. Like Spurs wanted it more. You can tell.
Yeah, and honestly, their defense played well, bro. Van der Ven, Pedro Porro, Romero, they all played well. And also I think Richarlison has been playing well.
Yep.
Brennan Johnson, and what's his name? Mohamed Kudus, bro. What a players, yeah, crazy, And for them to even do it at Etihad to win 2-0 like that, right?
Yep.
It was like a stroll in the park, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like, no matter what City did, right, like they just couldn't get past that line. It's like the how United was last year against Arsenal. It's like, no matter what you do in front of a goal, right, the ball's not gonna get past the defender. Like, you know, that type of scenario, right? And I won't say that it's because like Spurs defended so well, which they did. When those type of things happen, right, your team just not clinical enough.
Yeah.
Like as a totality, right, it's like you are just not clinical. Like when it happened to United last week, right, we just said that you got no striker. Yeah. Yesterday you had Haaland on the field.
Yeah, and he's like fresh from scoring 2 last week, you know. Yeah, but I just want to say, right, this Spurs, right, they made a very good acquisition in midfield. The João Palhinha. What a player, yeah.
Yeah,
bro, good. I don't understand like how clubs are not even going for him for a permanent signing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what Bayern Munich is thinking, just letting this guy go. So basically he came here on loan. Bro, honestly, any club would be
happy to have him, right?
Improve to have this guy on the field.
Yeah.
What a engine, totally destroyed like Ryan Cherky and Reinders, and then he even scored. So disgusting, man.
It was to a point where like they had to throw Rodri onto the field.
Yeah, they had to throw like maybe not a fully fit Rodri, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. And it was like, I mean, Ait Nori also came off with injury lah.
Yeah, I think he was he pulled something lah. So
yeah, and like Phil Foden didn't start, Bob started. So I don't really know what is Pep's like direction.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's Pep lah. I don't really have much to say. Nico Gonzalez was alright yesterday. However, right, like Spurs, I feel they outclass City in terms of hard work lah, overall.
Correct.
So it's like
this Thomas Frank, I think he's doing quite I would say like a different job, because we were also last year we were like in a way scammed by Postecoglou, right? The first season. Yeah, we all know Spurs will be Spurs, but let's see where this Thomas Frank can, if he start on a high, right? See, now they are second in the table, so hopefully they can keep it up.
Yeah. And like I mean, like, before we move on to, we are technically already on like North London on top already, because we're talking about Spurs, right? But the way that Spurs play, you can tell that it's a Thomas Frank team.
Yeah, which is Defensively sound is very important. And then being able to press and attack the enemy's third, right? It will reap rewards for sure. You see, just watch Brentford like how 2-3 years ago. With like even last year with Brian and Mbeumo, right?
Yep.
Now you have Mohamed Kudus.
And
what a player.
Richarlison's not say bad also lah.
And you have Solanke on the bench. So I think 2-0. Second in the table, not a bad position for them to be in. You know.
Yeah, yep, I agree. So, which is unfortunately, right, the only thing that they probably will be unhappy about, right, is that
they're still behind Arsenal.
They're still behind Arsenal on goal difference, right? And the thing is that surprisingly, why we say North London on top, right, is because both teams have won both games and they have not conceded a single goal yet. So, I mean, like, Spurs beat City 2-0. Arsenal beat Leeds 5-0.
Yeah, so pretty much expected the win, but the first goal that went in, the more it went in, I was like, bro, another corner. In a way, it's quite irritating, right? But you have to give it to them, lah. I think being able to find ways to score, especially so consistently from like set piece, right? It means they really put in the effort to get their set piece right, you know?
No, bro, it's not just that. It's like the consistency of the delivery into the box, right, is such at a high level, right, that it annoys you because you know that it's a chance.
You know what is coming. Yeah.
You know what is coming, and sometimes, right, it's like maybe Arsenal saying like, you know what's coming, you cannot do anything about it. But the thing is that it's the most annoying thing because sometimes they just play for corner only.
Correct. So in a way they become like the 2008 Stoke City, right?
Yeah, correct.
They play for corner, play for set piece, play for throw in, all this. Okay, maybe before the fact that Gyökeres scored, right? Like your at that point, your highest goal scorer was Julian Timber in 2 goals. Calafiori also, I think.
Calafiori 1 goal. It's like defenders. But I mean, Arsenal's defenders are known to score goals, because they just generally set piece.
They are just very high on the aerial threat.
Yep.
They are big. They can jump. They are physical. That's the most important thing. Imagine you're not just your centre backs here. Both your wing backs are so physical, right, that they can even cause like havoc in the penalty box, you know.
Yeah.
Declan Rice played well. Odegaard injured. Okay, yeah. So Odegaard and Saka injured, but Gyökeres finally took him a while. I think he had a bad first half. Kickstart his EPL career with 2 goals.
I will say that he did well, right? But just to be frank, like, it's Leeds lah. Your second place versus a newly promoted side, right? Expectation is that you should be winning lah. Gyökeres clinical as what he's expected to be, but he's got a penalty lah. Saka did what Saka does, and like sometimes when I look at it, right, I'm like, why can't United do a simple pass like down the ring and just get somebody to finish off the shot like how Saka did? But it's United. I'm not going to say much. I think Leeds knew, okay, this was not going to work. They were going to die anyway.
Yeah.
It's like a game that, okay, just get it through, move on, and then we'll live to fight another day, because they only had 3 shots the whole game. 3 shots, 68% possession, right? One shot on target, bro. Like no matter what, there's no point of talking about XG, right? Because your XG is going to be 0.33. So like there's literally no point.
You are in a way just like fighting to survive, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
and like 600 passes to 290, like almost double the percentage, right? I mean, what can you do if you're Leeds? You're just like, I live to fight another day. I'm just gonna move on.
And like even if they try to survive, they kinda hammered 5-0.
Yeah. So
it's like to them, it's like, okay, it could have been worse. 5-0, we just take it.
Correct.
Chin, yeah.
Correct. Like just get it over with. Like I know I'm not gonna win this game, so I'm not really gonna like move on, right? But at the end of the day, right, 5-0 is still 5-0. They're finally on top. They're not second. Spurs is second. And considering the fact that City lost, right, and Liverpool have yet to play, we will see. But however, even though Liverpool have not played yet, Arsenal are playing Liverpool next week, which is our match of the week, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't really think that if you were to look at it, a totality.
It's like you don't want anything to win, bro.
Nah,
I don't want either team to win. Yeah.
I really don't want to, right? But I would say that if you were to really look at it like as a whole, right, Arsenal should have an advantage over Liverpool, right? Because Arsenal has had lesser changes to their team compared to Liverpool. Liverpool had an overhaul, like a proper thorough overhaul. The wingbacks are different. The midfield is kind of different.
Yeah.
The attack is also kind of different. Whereas like Arsenal, right, all they did was just add Gyökeres and Zubomendi. That's it. Which essentially
and
is...
Madueke,
And Madueke. But the thing is that, Madueke, the moment as they go over to Arsenal, right, there's no point in Madueke.
Yeah, he won't be playing already. Right?
But I don't even think Martinelli will start.
Bro, Martinelli and Trossard, I think they will just be playing cup games.
Because Eze is going to start on the left.
Yeah. And then Madueke will be his like sub, right?
Correct. But like what do you think of the Eze signing? Before we get into like...
I think it's a very good move. I think like what Midat said, right, is you may not definitely want him to be a starter, but he definitely boosts the quality of attack.
Yes, 100%.
So imagine in one season you went from Sterling to Eze. Havertz and Sterling to Gyökeres and Eze.
It's like okay, we give Gyökeres a bit of flack for like last week, right? But if Gyökeres pans out to be good and Eze becomes Eze, right? Arsenal increase their chances by a lot.
And then you don't have like John O'Shea in midfield. You have like Declan Rice and
Zubomendi.
Yeah, which is not bad players. Yeah.
No, it's true. However, right, like we still have to look at it as a totality. Like Liverpool is still Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool is Liverpool.
The mentality is
the fact that we already pipped them to be champions at the start. Yeah. The transfer window was not over yet.
They haven't added
They haven't added Isak yet,
Yeah. Which is probably going to happen.
It may boil down to like an Arsenal Liverpool title race. Okay, but going back to the game, Liverpool Arsenal. The only thing I can see is that Arsenal has potentially 2 injuries.
Yeah.
Odegaard and Saka.
Yeah.
So it may hamper them not be their very best,
Bro,
they may have to start Madueke and Martinelli. Or Eze, maybe Eze.
To be honest, right, like Eze is gonna start in either position. Eze can play Odegaard's position
or wing position.
Or wing position, right? Or we can do what I've been saying before. Let Havertz play Odegaard's position and let Eze play on Saka's position. I think that would be a lot better.
Yeah, but Havertz is injured also.
Yeah, that's true. So Eze is going to start against Liverpool. It's like 100%. Because Eze technically, he is match fit. Because he already played.
Yeah, he's match fit. Yeah, he just couldn't train in time for the game.
Correct, for the match. So he is match fit. So before we get into that, right, like I think with Liverpool, to be honest...
let's see how they play against Newcastle first. So I will make my opinion. I'll form my opinion tomorrow morning.
No, I think right, like they still got a ways to go. You can tell the team is kind of still gelling together because there's a lot of new signings a lot, like really a lot. And plus, sadly, Jota is not there with them, so they don't have like that one magic maker off the bench which they're hoping Chiesa would be. So we shall see because Luis Diaz also left already. So I think Liverpool is kind of like fighting for the title but rebuilding the construction at the same time. So it's like they're kind of doing two things. Whereas like Arsenal is like, if you want to win, you got it now.
They are adding.
They're building up. So, prediction?
I'm gonna say draw, like 1-1.
Okay, I'm gonna go with draw 2-2 because I feel like.
Although I feel maybe Liverpool will win.
No, the reason why I say 2-2 right is because I do think that Liverpool's defense is a bit too volatile, but their attack is good.
Yeah.
So
Konate had a bad game.
It's tricky lah. We shall see. So we will make our prediction. We will see what happens, and then we'll talk about it next week. So with that, we have come to the end of this week's episode of the Football Kaki. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which are, and unfortunately no longer coming up, is the SG Draft Podcast. As you all know, we are concluding our final draft this week. So please
watch.
Tune.
It was it's like sort of like a mini reunion. We had a 5-man draft in a very long time.
We started with 5, we ended with 5. So do keep a lookout for that. This Friday, which will be our last draft for a while, or like in the foreseeable future. So we hope that you join us for that, and then we do have the Copy Bros every Monday, where we have a lot of fun interviews lined up for the coming week. So do tune in for that every Monday. Copy Bros, I'm on the show, and some of our other fellas like Brendan and Tiong, we are on the show interviewing different people. We have a lot of fun interviews lined up for you. So with that, bro, you got anything else before we close off?
Yeah, so I'm going to remove Bruno Fernandes from my fantasy league. not worth bro. The moment he skied the thing, I was like, okay, I'm gonna access other options.
Not worth it. But we shall see. For all United fans out there, we have a lot of problems. So
we had a long season ahead again.
It's been a long season. So with that, thank you everybody. Have a great week ahead. Football's back. Liverpool and Arsenal fans, you got a big match to watch this weekend. For Man United fans, right? If y'all cannot beat Burnley, right? I got nothing to say. So with that, have a great week ahead. See you. Bye-bye.